Hey everyone! Today I'm excited to talk to you guys about doTERRA being a family business. And this presentation is really specialized for people that are considering making doTERRA a business, or if you already have and are talking to people trying to help them weigh their pros and cons as to whether they want to make it a business. And they're worried about doTERRA taking time away from family. I know that was one of my big concerns, and so I just want to share with you how we not only overcame that concern, but how we have been able to use the whole family to make this business successful. So this is really for anybody that's decided to pursue doTERRA more than sharing that are trying to build doTERRA. So we have doTERRA as a family business. A little bit of my story then. A couple months ago, a friend approached me. I already loved the product. I already used the product, the doTERRA products, at least from the oils at that time. And it was starting to become a habit. So she was going to begin building doTERRA and asked if I would come along for the ride. So then I really had the choice. I could continue to feed my habit and use the oils which I loved, or I could decide to make it a real life business. But like I said, my big hang up was the family. I didn't want to take time away from the family. I'd already had a family. I have a home business. I taught piano lessons for a lot of years here in the house. And I just wanted to know and make sure that this wasn't going to add more time and more to my schedule. So I want you to see the people that made this decision so hard. First, this is me. Again, my name's Katie. And then my husband, Dan, he is wonderful and has been supportive from the beginning. And then we have, she's the oldest. She just turned 8 yesterday. And Gordon, who obviously loves to build. And then little Gary Paul was about 2 months ago. So why I had such a hard time making the decision. And what happened is one day I was in my bedroom making my list of pros and cons as to whether we build doTERRA or simply live doTERRA. And as I was making my list of pros and cons, my daughter Grace was in the other bedroom, in the other room. She was in the living room doing this. She was putting together her own doTERRA class. You can see in the middle, she made her own sign. She had her own handouts that she wrote out herself. And she set this all up. And she asked if she could have a class. And right then, that was all the answer that I needed. I realized that this didn't have to just be something I did that took me away. This could be something we could all do together. So because of Grace, we began to pursue it as a family business. And what I want to talk about for the rest of this presentation then are these 5 areas. How our family participates together in the daily habits, how we together have our classes or our one-on-ones, with cooking together, cleaning together, and about healthcare. So this is how my family builds doTERRA. Again, this is the daily habits. A lot of you may have seen this in the share guide. Your line might be training you on the share live guide. It's a fantastic tool, and these daily habits are great. So using the product, absolutely. We use the product. We use the product every day. I used to have the oils in my little case, and we'd take them out when somebody needed it, and then I'd put it away. And now the oils simply live on the counter because we use the product so often. When it comes to personal development, we try to read good books with our kids and encourage them to accomplish all their dreams and goals. And also every morning we do our affirmations together, which has been great for them and for us. Now, the one that really helps with building doTERRA, I think, is the contacts. And I've been able to build new contacts with my son does karate, and so we've gone to various karate classes so we could meet new people. That's what contacting is meeting new people. With my daughter Grace, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, getting involved in school so that you meet new people. And with customers, they're fantastic with customers to help answer their questions. And they do the same thing with our builders. So those are our daily habits. And next we have our classes. And these are really some of the main classes that we like to teach. And we have structured them so that families can always come to every class, or at least that moms can always bring their kids, because that's one of the big concerns. A lot of times you don't want to get babysitters. So we just made it so kids are always welcome. So the first class I have listed here is a Mommy and Me massage. And Grace came up with this one because she loves the Aroma Touch massage. She loves it. She's watched the video, she's practiced, she thinks it's great. So she wanted to share this Aroma Touch with her friends. So she invited her friends and their moms over, and we did the foot massage portion, which is the wild orange and the peppermint, and she made little roller balls of each of those oils to give to the to the moms and daughters who came. And we sat down, talked about the oils, talked about where they came from, how to use them. And then we gave each other, moms gave daughters massages, daughters gave the moms massages. And it was such a hit that we've done it a few times now, and it's been great every time. Cooking for the Family is a class where you simply can invite another family over and introduce them to doTERRA through, cooking for me is natural. It's a natural way to introduce it, because here it is, it's a natural product that I put in food all of the time, and then we get to talk about it with another family. And then baby and essential oils, as you saw, I have a little baby, so it's been great to have other moms bring their babies, and we get to right there rub the lavender on their little tummies, or I talk about how you can mix the best way to mix the oils with the fractionated coconut oil, or the other ways you can do that. So it's oils on your baby. Again, mothers come, bring their kids. If they have older kids, they bring them too. They just go downstairs and play. Together a first aid class. So we call it Daddy's first aid class. And when he teaches that, Grace or Gordon are always the first ones to go. And as soon as he mentions an oil, they'll take it out, go pass it around, and let everyone experience it. So they're part of it. They help teach it. They help share the oils. And then natural health in the family, just again, general class, but it works great when you have the whole family there and you have the kids there that are able to share their own experiences. Like I've said before, I can't emphasize that much, that kids are always welcome. And one of the reasons I love having my own kids there is for their little testimonials. We had a wonderful woman was over here a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about all the different uses that we use for these oils now. It's not just to help when we're sick, but we use it in, like I said, in cleaning and cooking. And this is a little hand sanitizer. And so Gordon loves his hand sanitizer. He takes it with him. We have it in the purse, and he made it himself. So when we were having this one-on-one with this great lady, he ran out of the room and then ran back. And this is what he had, these 5 items. And he set them up on the chair. And he said, this is how you make your hand sanitizer. All you need is the aloe vera and your water. That's what the Dusty Crop Popper water bottle's for. Your water, and then 3 drops of On Guard and 5 drops of lemon. And you put it in this bottle and shake it up. And he absolutely, he ended up giving her a sample of his aloe vera hand sanitizer. It was a great testimonial for the woman, and it was wonderful to have him share how excited he was and passionate he is about those oils. So cooking. Cooking comes from living doTERRA, using the product every day. It's just one way that our family does this together. And here you are. This is a normal breakfast. We were making pancakes and decided to turn them into wild orange pancakes, and had a wonderful time creating our own recipe doing that. I've also cooked a lot. I love the spice time, and so I've loved the oil even more. But of course, they have to cook cookies. So we have our lemon cookies and our peppermint cookies, our wild orange cookies. Those are the wild orange pancakes. And then that's the time for chicken recipe. And we even put a little time with the green beans. It tasted fantastic. So cooking has been experimental, but it's been fun as the kids have been able to share their own ideas and let's try this, let's do that. So we made lime cookies the other day just for fun, and it worked great. Whenever I have a class, I usually try to share some kind of treat. And these are our 2 favorite recipes, wild orange fruit dip or lemon hummus. And both of them to use with just vegetables or crackers. And then the wild orange fruit dip I think is best with On Guard apples, which is just apples sliced up. And then we mix a spoon of water with 2 or 3 drops of On Guard. Pour that in the bag put the apples in a bag, pour the water in a bag, shake it all up, and then serve it. And they just complement each other really well. So cooking is something we share with everybody. Now cleaning. I did not initially start out using these oils for cleaning. And first my mindset was solely for taking care of sick children. And then it grew to let's do preventative health. And then it grew to let's use it in cooking. And then it grew to cleaning. You have to clean with scrubbing bubbles. My husband is a chimney sweep, which means he comes home black from head to toe, covered in soot and ash. He showers, all that just gets in the tub, and it's amazing how black it can get, how quickly. Well, the only thing I had ever been able to find that was even able to break through the grease was these scrubbing bubbles. That was after spraying it, letting it sit for 10 minutes. Kaboom didn't work. The Comet didn't work. Nothing I tried except for scrubbing bubbles. So I would do it at night after everyone was asleep, spray the tub, leave the room, try not to inhale it myself. And I knew it wasn't good for me. So 3 months ago, Grace was participating in the I Love Oil game, which is fantastic. If any of you haven't done the oil games, they're great. But she was watching an I Love Oil game video that was all about cleaning. And it had a recipe that she wanted to make herself. So it had this recipe with baking soda, oregano, and that was it. How did that can't be? So she wanted to try it. The tub was filthy, so we made the concoction of the baking soda and oregano, put it in the tub. I got my rag wet. One swipe and the black just came right off. I was shocked. I've since learned that you can also use vinegar with it, and that helped. That it still works beautifully. So since then, the kids have made their own cleaners, and I love it because they can be in the room while we're cleaning. I don't have to send everybody away. They can be in the room, and the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to be healthier because here they are around these great oils. So cleaning has been fantastic. The last one I wanted to mention was the healthcare. Like I said, the first thing I realized with these oils is that it's great to take care of sick kids and to take care of our own health. But it's also allowed the kids to take care of their own health. It's empowered them to be more aware of their own bodies and what's going on. Grace often gets cold sores, and so she'll put Melaleuca on her cold sores as soon as she can feel it coming on. Gordon has some warts on his feet, and so he'll just go and can put some little oregano on his warts. And the baby can't do it himself, but it's great to have him because they can stick some lavender on him when he's getting fussy. But one of the best reasons that I like, one of the best products that I have come to love with doTERRA are their Vitality Pack and their kids' vitamins. We started out just my husband and I doing the vitamins, and that was great. And then the kids wanted to participate. So of course we had to let them experience it as well. We couldn't hog it all for ourselves. So we got the A to Z and the IQ Mega vitamins. So the IQ Mega is a liquid, and it is amazing the effect that it has on not only their health, but their emotional well-being has been great. They have been healthier since we have started doing that. Every morning and evening we do these vitamins together. And it's great because we get to care for our own health, and the kids can care for each other. So here, this isn't my children, but it's a great example of what these kids can do for one another. And it shows love in the family, which is great. So this last phrase says, "It will shine in your life." And the reason we say this, Grace had to write a persuasive paper at school. And of course, she chose why she really deserved doTERRA essential oils. And later in the day, she wrote this paper. And then she came home and again was making her own doTERRA class, which she does for fun. So she created her own handout, which you see here. She showed the building process and then talked about how it's 100% pure and how to use it. And then at the bottom of her doTERRA page, she wrote, "It will shine in your life." So since then, we've just said that we talk amongst each other and just talk about how doTERRA will shine in your life. And it's been great. So hopefully this has given you some ideas for your own family. If you're considering doing this a business at all and worried in any way of doTERRA taking time away from your family, just know that it can enhance time with your family. These are some of the tricks that we've used, some of the classes that we've used. But the bottom line is doTERRA is a family business. It works amazing to bring families together, to empower you all in taking care of your own health. So this is how it's worked for our family. Hopefully you can make it work for yours. Thank you very much for listening.